Hello guys, in last video we had discussed about the what is the hypermetropia, and today's video we are going to see the what kind of the procedure to treat the hypermetropia and how to do the treatment of the hypermetropia. That you know clear about the hypermetropia is also known as the hyperemia. Okay, so hypermetropia is also known as the farsightedness, that you also have to remember these things. And first of all, in the treatment of the hypermetropia, the first point is the optical treatment. Here you can see here is the optical treatment. Okay, the how you should to prescribe the glasses in the hypermetropic patients. So in each and every case is related with the hyperemia, is a treat. Here you can read each and every case is related with the hyperemia is a treat with a prescribing a convex lens, and is also known as the plus lens, that help with the help of the convex lens ray of light brought to focus on the retina of the eye, and also corrected with convex lens is a basic principle to treatment of the hypermetropia. That you know, in the hypermetropic patients there is always corrected with convex lenses, and that is the basic principle of that. And in sometimes they are corrected with some refractive surgeries or contact lenses in hypermetropic patients. Okay, so there is some fundamental rule we should have to consider during the prescribing the glasses. Okay, during refraction in hypermetropia, so first of all, what is during the refraction in hypermetropic, the total amount of hypermetropia should be corrected with under the complete cycloplegia, means some cycloplegic drugs instead in the eyes, and in a cycloplegic condition do the refractions for finding the total amount of hypermetropia. Okay, so this is the what kind of the cycloplegic drugs like tropicamide. Okay, the tropicamide is mostly using the tropicamide is mostly used cycloplegic drug. Which drug? Tropicamide. Okay, so this, so we are going to next conditions. In the second point is, what is second point, friends? In a spherical correction given under the comfortably accepted by the patients, the astigmatism should be fully corrected. Okay, so what is the next point? There is some slow growth of a spherical correction. Okay, there is some slow growth of a spherical correction at every 6 months of period till the patient accept manifest hypermetropia. Okay, so next is in a patients have accommodative convergent squint. If the patient have accommodative convergent squint, need to given a full correction of the first setting. If the patient have some accommodative convergent squint, you need to prescribe full correction of the glasses, prescribe the full correction of the glasses in first sitting or in a first time of the refractions. Okay, so what is the next point? Okay, if there is some associated amblyopia. Okay, if there is some associated amblyopia, that you know what is the amblyopia? The amblyopia is also known as lazy eye. What known? Lazy eye. Okay, this term is used for the amblyopia. Need to fully corrected with need to fully corrected, and the occlusion therapy will be should be started. Okay, I think you will be know what is exactly the occlusion therapy. If you don't know, I will be doing a next video separated for this topic. What is the occlusion therapy? What care should be taken for that therapy? Okay, I'll be explaining detail. Okay, so next topic again, mode of the prescription of the convex lens. The mode of the prescription of the convex lens. Okay, so this topic here you can see how to correct it. This is the retina. Okay, you can see this image. This is the retina, and this is an object. Okay, and this is the convex lens exactly placed before the eye. Okay, and with the help of this is the convex lens, and with the help of this lens, this object exactly focusing on that retina. Okay, this is the, so we can explain as are the most comfortable, safe and easy method of correcting hypermetropia. Okay, So next is the in a hypermetropic patient is also corrected with the contact lenses. Also corrected with the contact lenses. The contact lenses are unilateral. In what condition the contact lenses are used? That is the question. Or in anisometropic patient, what is the anisometropia? The patient's one eye have -1 diopter, and the other eye has -2.5 diopter refractive error. In that condition, the refractive error of the two eye have a different in that condition, also known as anisometropia. Okay, for that condition the term is anisometropia is used. Okay, so in anisometropic condition they are also use contact lenses. Some person using for the cosmetic reasons, and for the contact lenses prescription should be stable. If you are thinking about the using the contact lenses for correcting the hypermetropia, so your prescription must be stable for the 6 month. Okay, so next is the surgical treatment. In last topic we have discussed about in the optical treatment, and this is about a surgical treatment. The what is the surgeries having, what is the surgeries nowadays present for treating the hypermetropia? We see the detail. The first is the hyperopia refractive surgery. This is the laser based surgery. Here you can read this, the laser thermal keratoplasty. Okay, so this is again you can see here. So what is the procedure of the laser thermal keratoplasty is, the procedure is done using the thallium, holmium and the chromium laser energy to heat the cornea. Okay, here you can see the thermal lasers are heat the cornea and a contraction of the collagen fibers, and increase the curvature of the cornea with the help of the laser thermal keratoplasty procedure. Okay, the central heating of the cornea result in the central corneal flattening, thereby resulting the hyperopic shift. Okay, so what is the next? Here you can here you can see in a general refractive surgeries for hypermetropia is not effective or dependable as a refractive surgery for myopia. The following procedure how we have to use for. Okay, so this is the corneal base refractive surgeries. Okay, so amongst them, first of all, thermal keratoplasty has been used to treat the mild hypermetropia using the thallium, holmium and chromium laser. 8 laser spots are applied to the ring of the periphery to the procedure of the central stiffening with the mild infrared energy. The main issues are regression effect and induced astigmatism. Okay, so next is a conductive keratoplasty. Conductive keratoplasty in short is known as a CK. Okay, here you can see CK. It is a non-invasive, non-incisional procedure in which the cornea stiffen. In this procedure also, cornea stiffened by the collagen shrinkage and the corneal through the corneal stroma. The radio frequency energy is delivered in a ring pattern through the fine tip inverted into the peripheral corneal stroma. This technique effective for correcting the hypermetropia up to +3 diopter. Okay, so what is the next? Next is experimentation with the hyperopic using an excimer laser. Okay, here is the third experimentation with the hyperopic PRK using the excimer laser has also been conducted. The main issue encountered were the regression effect and prolonged epithelial healing. And the fourth is the hyperopic LASIK. Each and every person know about the LASIK, what is the LASIK and what is the use of the LASIK. This is also corneal based procedure. It is effective for the correcting of hypermetropia up to 4 diopter. Here by mistakenly happen myopia, but it's a hypermetropia. The LASIK is also used in myopia, but this word is wrong here. Okay, so here want to replace the myopia with a hypermetropia. It is a refractive error for correcting hypermetropia up to the +4 diopter. Okay, so next is a procedure applied on the lenses. Okay, here you can read the procedural method using the lenses, and above methods for a corneal base, and this is a lens base procedure. Okay, so again we going to see first of all what is a phakic refractive lens, phakic refractive lens PRL, or implantable contact lenses. ICL is being considered as the surgical option for the +4 diopter hypermetropia. Okay, so next is the refractive lens exchange. Is an excellent choice for the hypermetropia. Is an excellent choice for the high hypermetropic patient, particularly in the presbyopia. Okay, So this is today's topic, the treatment of the hypermetropia we have covered. If you are not getting clear, please go to visit our blogs. The link is given in the description. Please go and read it carefully, and please like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you really like this video. Okay, so thank you so much guys for watching this video up to end, and keep supporting. Thank you so much. We will meet in next video.